Well, good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. We're almost there. Is everybody ready for 2025? Whoa, whoa. Got 2 more days to get ready. Here's a familiar song we'll open up with. Here we go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart no more struggles, my faith I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my heart and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. I'm lonely here for my life. chorus one more time. There is Thank you, Dave. Let's hear it for Dave. Well, good morning and welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, your senior minister. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you here this morning. You made it. You made it through another week. This is the spiritual place to be. You are so consciously creating this moment. And I'm so blessed that you found yourself here. We've been expecting you. Thank you for not disappointing us. But we're going to do what we do every Sunday morning, right? And that's our vision mission statement. So if you'd like to repeat it, it says, we are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual. Again, welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. This is an awesome place to be, and we're just grateful that you found this as your spiritual destination this morning. So we have some announcements, and it is with a heavy heart that we announce we're celebrating Dave Flick's last time to be with us. He has been at the center for over 35 years, so Dave's music has touched countless lives, bringing joy, inspiration, and connection to all who have had the privilege of hearing him play. His dedication and gift of music have been the cornerstone of our Sunday services, and we are so grateful for the love and passion that he's poured into every note. And as Dave prepares for his well-deserved retirement, we celebrate his legacy and his countless ways that he's enriched our community. He will be deeply missed, and we wish him all the best as he starts his next chapter of retirement. So we do have a card over there that we'd like everybody after service to go ahead and sign. It's at the very end. We want to just wish him well. And there's also a cake over there. We have a couple cakes, actually, that we'd like to share with him. I know he likes to jet out right after, but we're going to ask him to stay for just 5 minutes to eat cake with us. And we're, I just want to say on a personal note, to be with a ministry for, 35 plus years, he's seen a lot of ministers come and go here. And he's seen a lot of you, the congregation, come and go. I did the math. And over 35 years, that's a lot of Sundays. Now, he didn't play every Sunday, but there was a time that he was the only musician here, that he played every service, every Sunday, every memorial service, a lot of different services he's played beyond Sunday. And he's touched countless lives. I count over 21,000 opportunities for him to play over those 35 years. Now, if you think about how many people's lives he has touched, that's averaging about 40 to 50 people every Sunday. He has, as a minister, my getting up here and talking is a sliver of the program. The music, some people won't remember a word I say, but they may remember one of the songs. And the music is so incredibly important to a minister's experience of their ministry. I And there's been so many times that I've had a musician who couldn't make it at the last minute, and I could call Dave, and I always knew that he would show up and provide us with the best music possible. And just in saving a minister's experience and being able to provide music for you, he has been an incredible consciousness to work with. And I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Dave, for your gift. Because not everybody can play and sing like you can. And we're very, very blessed. You know, he comes from the old school. And some of the songs are so cool. Just some of the Disney stuff that he does, and just some of the, it's just great. I never ask him what he's going to play, because I know it's going to be perfect. I never say, well, I want this song. Maybe once in a while I do, but mostly I leave it to Dave because he's so tuned in. But let's hear it one more time for Dave. Thank you. Okay. Now to the rest of our announcements. Kitchen Angel positions available. If you are available to volunteer, the Kitchen Angels would love to have you. There's a sign-up sheet in the back. Please leave your name and phone number. Holiday Cleanup Day. We're going to take down all of our beautiful decorations on January 2nd at 11 o'clock. Meet right here, and Paula will be leading the undecorating ceremony. After the service today, we'll be ending at about 11:30, 11:35 or so. And at noon, we'll have the abundance class. So it meets every Sunday till January 5th from 12 to 12:30. The World Peace Meditation. This has been going on for over 30 years. And it's going to be, this year is Tuesday, December 31st. That's New Year's Eve morning at 4 a.m. on your computer. We're not meeting here. It's going to be virtually on your computer, and there is a website, johnrandolphprice.com, World Healing Day, where there's a meditation to recite. And I've been doing it every year. I wake up at 4 in the morning and recite this thing and go back to sleep. But it's 4 a.m. because it's noon Greenwich Mean Time. That way everybody's doing it at the same time, which lands at 4 o'clock in the morning here, which is a very mean time. But unless you're up already, so please join us in the World Peace Meditation. There's classes starting. The Essential Earnest Homes class, facilitated by Janice Garibay, is Wednesday evenings, January 8th through March 12th, from 6 to 9 p.m. And there's a sign-up sheet in the back. Contact Janice if you have any questions. She's at the back table practitioner today. Also, Ordinary Mysticism Study Group is starting Thursday, January 16th from 3:30 to 5. This is Deborah Perdue. There is no charge, but it's a love offering of $20. Sign-up sheet in the back. I see a theme here. Grooving into Gratitude Book Circle Study Group. Starting Sunday, January 26th from 12 to 12:30 right here in this room. Join us after service. Transformative book study. Again, Deborah Perdue is facilitating that. They're going to be going over the Daily Gratitude Reflection Volume 2, a collection of 365 daily guides. And as usual, our metaphysical book study continues over in the LEC from 9 to 9:45 every Sunday morning, and from 9:50 to 10:05 in the LEC we have a guided meditation. If you do find yourself coming in there late, please enter in silence so we don't disturb the people who are meditating. Our book of the week is The Power of Kindness, available at the bookstore for 20% off, I think. So if you'd like to get your hands on this book, it's 20% off today in the back at our bookstore. Flowers today. We have an abundance of flowers, don't we? We have The one that's up top, the white one, is from Trina in honor of her father, Jim, who made his transition. And we want to know that he is here with us in spirit. So thank you, Trina, for that. We appreciate sharing that with us. And Barbara Scott is the red and white. Thank you, Barbara. And we also have Alyssa brought in the other flowers. So thank you, Alyssa. And Pat, thank you guys. We have an abundance of flowers today. Is there anybody that's here for the first time that would like a welcome packet? If you are, please raise your hand right over here. Go ahead. And we want to thank you for showing up here this morning and making this your destination. We hope you find yourself back here again. Blessings. Anybody have a cell phone they need to turn off or put on stun? Just a reminder to put your cell phones on silent or vibrate or off or whatever you want to do just for the next little bit so we can have an uninterrupted experience here. And please stand as we sing We Are One.
Welcome to the Grant Class Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Janet Mulray. I'm honored to serve as your podium practitioner today. Since we need a, and it's, oh, okay. My gosh. Okay. Please join me in reading the gratitude. Here we go. I say yes to life. I am ever grateful. So, what is a practitioner? I'm one. We have several of them here at the center. And what we do basically is pray. So if you would like to look at the back of the chair in front of you, you'll see a yellow sheet, a goldenrod sheet that will tell you what we do as practitioners. And here you go. there's a yellow sheet at the back of the chair. This one, you can put your prayer request on here, and we will pray for you for a week. You can also put this in the prayer box, or you can put it in the offertory plate as it comes around. You can also go online at grantpath.org and do it there as well. Now, when you have an answer to your prayer, this is what you'll use. And it's so wonderful. We like to hear that the prayer actually came to fruition. So I'm going to take a very short minute off script because many of you have asked me about Lucas, my dog. It turned out I waited years to get a service dog. He was too much for me. I didn't have the strength to give him the life that he needed, which was one that included amazing exercise. He's a puppy. I know he was large, but he is still a puppy. So I prayed on it. I just opened my heart, and one day a patient who I hadn't seen for years came into my office and said, "Who's that?" I just fell in love with Lucas. To make a very long story short, her husband came later that day and met him. I took him out to their home. They have 20 fenced acres in Merlin. They have a dog and 3 cats and free-range chickens. They don't eat them, but what they do is want them safe. So we took him out. I took him out there, and he looked at the chickens, not really knowing what they were. And then one of the chickens came over to him, and you know how shy he was. So the chicken came, and he went, and backed up. So anyway, he's in a glorious new home. So many of you have asked me, so I thought I would just tell you the story. Yeah, so he's going to have a grand, grand life. So let's see. The practitioner at the back table is Janice. She's holding the high watch for us, meaning that everything is just absolutely wonderful. And everything is wonderful here. This is just an amazing center. So let's read the prayer. There it is. Oh, it's back there too. As we complete this year, a grand rising, I look forward to what's next. I am open at the top, ready for more miracles and magic in the new year. So let's stay seated and sing We Are Loved. I'm speaking from our magazine, Science of Mind magazine today. It's called Sticking the Landing. These are personal affirmations that Eugene Holden, who is a practitioner he's at the World Ministry. I think he's in Colorado, isn't he, Stephen? Okay. So here we go. Standing firm. We always have the opportunity to remember to stand in faith, the kind of faith that knows all is well. Stand firm in knowing that right where you are, God is. And the affirmation is, I stand boldly in knowing that God is the essence of my being. I am always guided and directed to experience the highest and best life has to offer. I say yes and thank you. The light. You are created to be light here on earth. How do you do that? By knowing you are the joy of God everywhere you go. Shine your light through your smile. Shine on, my friends. Shine on, my friends. I am glad I am the light of the infinite. I shine my light everywhere I go. I light up everyone who comes into my conscious awareness. I am the light of God. Flow motion. Surrender is the prerequisite to being in the flow. You must let go of the banks of fear, doubt, and worry to be in flow motion. Let go and allow life to take its natural course through you. I release and I let go. I allow the infinite presence of God full sway in my life. I am the awesome life of God. Open, receptive, available. Shining our light calls us to be open, receptive, and available. Be open to allowing the infinite intelligence to live through you and as you. Be receptive of your gifts and talents. Be available for God to be great in you. I am open to live through you as you. Be receptive of your gifts and talents. Be available for God to be great in you. I know I'm repeating that one. I am open and receptive and available to live the life of God. I stand in the awareness that I am supported in all that I do. There is only one life. That life is God. I am that life now. You are that life now. And so it is. So we're going to take just a few minutes to go into some meditation. So we'll lower the lights, please. And I'll call you back when we're ready. And now I invite you to come back into the room. I am feeling this amazing energy from all of you. Woo! It's wonderful. And we're going to have some special music. And I bless you in your life. We just enjoyed you. One day he was going to call and say, I need somebody on the piano. And you know what he'll do? He'll say yes, and he'll show up. So that's Dave. So then Reverend Stephen is going to give his talk, which is always inspiring. Thank you.
I want to thank you all for those. I want to thank you all for those kind words. I'm not used to receiving so much ovation, but thank you very much. I want to thank Reverend Steve for the pleasure to work with you. And I want to thank you for being an inspiration for me to come up with these songs. As we go into the new year, I'd like to leave you with a few parting songs. But, it all started back in 1989 when I was playing dance music at the Vitality Center. And the Vitality Center is that building on the corner of 4th and L Street. And it was Sally Duckworth. She was the one who said, "Hey, man, there's a piano player. This church needs a piano player. Would you be interested?" So I came down and I played a few notes. Lo and behold, I'm still here. See what happens? Unexpected giving. Yeah. But anyhow, I want to wish everyone a happy new year. And we're going to get things started here. Let's be what we're meant to be. Isn't this our destiny? Let's get started now today. Upward on our way. Let's be who we really are. We sing and find our inner star. Let's go forward in the light. Let's don't wait. Let's be. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Know who you are and be free. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and be what you want to be. Splendor in you and me. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. There's that within you that knows. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. The greatness in you unfolds. Happy New Year.
Come on, let's hear it again for Dave. We're going to miss you tinkling the ivories for us. But we know that a long-awaited time off awaits you. Well, here we are, the last Sunday in December, right? This is that interesting time between Christmas and New Year's where you're kind of getting over one buzz and anticipating another one. I mean, moderation. Come on, people. Easy. So this month has been Sticking the Landing. That's the theme for this month. This year has been the Grand Rising in Consciousness. And today is Expanding at the Top. You know, there's a difference between hearing that we are open at the top and expanding into that opening. You know, it's one of the themes of our teaching is Dr. Ernest Holmes, when he wrote the textbook back in 1927, said that we are an open at the top teaching. That means that he knew new revelations were going to be coming to pass. That back in 1927, to think that, you know, everything that was going to be discovered has already been discovered wasn't part of his teaching. He knew that there was going to be greater works than these that would come out. I mean, he didn't even know that we're going to have, you know, digital. You know, he was back in the, record players and, you know, back before cell phones. Can't even remember that. Well, we complete this year of a grand rising with a consciousness that is rising in us. And if you've paid attention to what's going on in the world these days, you are being invited to do some really deep prayer work, aren't you? There's some big changes afoot right now. So as we complete this year of a grand rising, we look forward to what's next. How do you want to move through this thing called life? What is your next greatest yet to be? Do you have anything that's pending? Do you have anything that's left undone? You know, we say that we're open at the top, but if we don't expand once we get to that top and look around and look for the next vista, then we're just going to stagnate. Because whenever you put a dam in a river, everything backs up. You must keep flowing. You are on a never-ending cycle of learning. Because once you get to a plateau, you see that there's another plateau ahead of you. You know, it's one thing to be open, but it's another to be the opening that you are seeking. There's an old Zen saying, when you get to the top of the mountain, keep climbing. The principles, the mountain, stay the same, but our relation to them expands as our minds, hearts, and wisdom expand. And if you've been in this teaching long enough, you know that you are constantly expanding. You don't just stop growing. You continue to grow. No matter if, you know, you say, well, I'm 5'6", I'm only going to grow so high. Well, physically maybe, but you will continue to expand consciously forever. Our relationship expands to ourselves and to what we believe the power that created us is. It's comfortable to stay with the old, the tried and true, but growth does not happen in old comfort. Darn. I just want to stay where I'm at. I just want to just be right here for a little while, which is cool. It's good to rest, but life is always inviting us up. So let us contemplate the 4 ideas that Ernest Holmes had in The Science of Mind. One was, principle is not bound by precedent. That means whatever happened yesterday, you're not bound by that limited idea. You can think a new thought today and change everything in your life. Growth is inevitable. Suffering is optional. But sometimes suffering will bring us to a point of expansion. Just don't get stuck in the suffering. You know, if we stay in the suffering, we're bound to attract more suffering. That's how the law works. Number 2, evolution is always forward, not backwards. We're always moving up and out. We grow out of our challenges. We grow into our healing. Something is inviting you to know more. Go with it. Number 3, we are all open at the top. None of us have an expiration date stamped on our heel that says, well, on this date, you're no good anymore. We are unlimited. And yes, this body may pass away, but the spirit within you goes on forever, if you believe in that sort of thing. And number 4, we are to be for something and against nothing. And some of these ideas are from his Sermon by the Sea talk back in his Solomar. These ideas both open a vista and a point of direction for our consciousness moving forward. We are individualized expression of the infinite being that is all of us. There's not a spot where God is not. That means the seat you're sitting in is the infinite. You are divine. You are it. You don't have to search anymore looking for it in the next workshop or the next Sunday service or the next book or the next fill in the blank. You already are it. Any restrictions or contradictions or blockages to our inner flow are self-created out of our fear and the belief in separateness from chaos and old night, as Holmes says, quoting Milton's poem of the same name. Chaos and old night. Aren't we seeing that right now in the media? A lot of chaos and old school trying to hang on to their old beliefs. When the new energy won't fit onto the same CD that the new energy is coming forth to be. That's why we're not limited by the size of the CD. You know why they made the CD a certain size? That was the longest that a recording was at the time. They said, we'll make it that big. We'll make it for that amount of time. But things have expanded, and now you can get terabyte drives, have all of your music on one little disc or a little card. I don't even know how it works. So as we breathe deeply and become aware of our own internal flow of the spirit that dwells as us, we expand in our ability to more fully experience and express the spirit that we have come here to be. We find new ways of expressing the eternal principle that guides the universe. And we find new ways to be spirit in form. You are an unlimited manifester in your life. There is no limit to how much happiness you can have. How much sunshine can you have? All of it. How much happiness can you have? All of it. How much healing can you have? All of it. So, as we begin to see our lives change and shift and grow into greater perspective, prosperity and love and more begin to be attracted to us because we are attractive. You become more loving, more open as you say yes to life. And we're beginning to understand how this works. You know, there's a whole new thing about how everybody's learning to manifest now. You know, and this has been something we've been teaching for, last 50 years here. But it's something the world is just catching on to, isn't it? Wow, I'm going to go manifest now. I'm going to get really intense and think and grow rich, or whatever your newest book is. You know, we move from a consciousness of life happening
to us, to life happening by us, and finally, life happening as us. That's the progression of consciousness. At first you think, life's just happening to me. Don't you know what? They always do it to me. I was just sitting there minding my own business and boom. It just happened to me. And that's the victim consciousness. And that's where we all start. Life kind of happens to us. And then you begin to learn how to manifest and you go, you know what? I'm going to dictate how things happen to me. How things are happening by means of me. I'm praying and something's happening. And that works for a little while. You start manifesting. But when you really get into creative expression by manifesting, you believe that you are it. There is no separation. We see Jesus, the Christ, as an energy that was pointing at the moon. And a lot of traditional Christian teachings are worshiping Christ pointing at the moon. When he's saying, no, it's the moon, that's where the power is. And we get caught in that translation. But once we become the moon, we realize that there is no magic outside of us. We are the magic. And we can call forth what we want to be, do, and have by changing our energy. You can't think lack and limitation and expect to experience abundance. The law and energy don't work that way. And all of a sudden, when you become in alignment with the things you choose to be, do, and have, miracles happen. All of a sudden, one day you wake up and, I don't know, I must have had extra cream in my coffee or something, because boom, everything worked. We become more skillful at working in alignment with life and spirit. And it all starts to show up in our lives. And there can be a tendency in our lives for things to work better. But we get complacent. We sit and we rest and we say, oh, this is enough. I'm done. You ever gotten there where you're like, do I have to do it again? Do I have to go on? And Ernest Holmes reminds us that evolution is always forward. Sure, we can rest, but you wake up with a new idea every morning. You see something and you're like, wow, I want to attract that. I want to be that. The divine urge of life itself is always pushing us forward to our greatest expression. See, there is no there to arrive at. You've always been there. You're there now. But it only manifests when you realize that you are it. If you think you're searching, the universe will always say, yes, let me show you how to search. So when you realize that you are it, it manifests in your life right now. As we begin to create lives which are in greater alignment with life and spirit, we have not only the opportunity, but the responsibility to expand that life into our own individual lives. This is how it works. You begin to realize that you are the energy of creation, that you have the power to think something into form. That is true magic. And you are a magician. You have the power to change your life. Since all forms are life of the spirit in form, and all forms are contained within a unity, to truly expand our experience and expression of spirit, we must support the experience and expression of spirit in all forms of life. You must say yes to all forms of life. You know those political parties that you think are wrong or bad or fill in the blank? We must rise above that. Maybe there's somebody that has a sexual orientation that you don't believe in. You condemn them. Well, you know what? It's none of your business. Stay on your own side of the street and take care of what you believe. Take care of what you are. and life will work itself out. You are exactly where you need to be, and take care of your own rat killing, as Edwin Gaines would say. Take care of your own situation, and everything else will be added unto that. You know, we're called to reach out beyond our comfort zones, aren't we? To help those who may be having a challenge adapting to life itself. It's good to help people. It's good to help other people because we are each other's angels. We are each other's brothers and sisters. And we need to say something when we see something. No one is free until we are all free in consciousness. So if you see a block somewhere or a limitation, call it out. Say, you know what, there's another way to do this. You know, maybe uncomfortable at times to do that, but if we don't do it, it will always be the way it's always been. And it's time for change. We must become willing to not just be aware that we are open at the top, but to expand into that opening. To know that we are the people to make that difference in someone else's life. We have the power. And you know, you don't have to go up to somebody and say, you know, you really should do that differently. You can, in your own space and energy, just say to yourself, I know that there is a different way to express. That's all you have to do. And the universe will take it from there. But see, the universe won't step in without your invitation. If it could, none of us would have any problems. It would automatically come in, take care of everything that was wrong, and go about its business. But if it could do that, you would have no say in the matter. Don't you want say? Yeah, I like having favorite colors. I like having certain foods I like and some I don't. But that's up to you to decide. Nobody's going to step into your life and say, well, you shouldn't believe that. Who are they? Out of their own fear and judgment, they're trying to restrict the flow. And you can never be restricted, can you? So we have these fears. Fear that we will lose what we have. Fear of not knowing how. Fear that we'll lose what we do have based on the consciousness of lack. Or a belief in a finite amount of good. You are incredible, unrestricted consciousness, and you have the power to believe whatever you choose. Use that power. As we work with our alignment of the flow, once Spirit sees that you are an active conduit for it to flow, it will automatically flow in and through you. You may say, well, I don't know how to do this. You know, ours is not figuring out how. That's the universe's challenge. You have to just decide what. What do you want? And the biggest challenge for us human beings is to make a decision. Well, I don't know what I want. I want the highest and best. Well, what is the highest and best for you? You know, you could say you want more abundance and find $1 on the floor. Well, that's a step towards abundance, but, you know, I was thinking, you know, bigger than that. You got to say, I want my bills to be paid on time with enough money to share and spare and tithe and save. You know, give the law some direction. Give it an idea of where you want to be. So, in conclusion, the flow of the divine life is always expanding. When you get scared or fail to see the path, we step out of that flow and we get lost. But the flow is always available to us to step back into. It's okay to rest, but don't get stuck limiting yourself. Holmes calls us to be for something and against nothing. We cannot get caught up in the fighting the circumstances. The gift we have to give is our understanding that consciousness is the cause. Raise your consciousness, open your mind. There is always an answer. There is always a way. And you are invited to pray about that way. And pray. If you don't know, just go, I'm going to pray knowing that the infinite power knows that there's a way and will gift me with that knowing when it's appropriate for me to know. Life, love, light, power, peace, beauty, and joy abundantly express as who and what you are. Suffering is not God. Our gift is that we understand that changing and expanding our consciousness changes and expands our circumstances. You want to change your style of living? Change your style of giving. It's always about giving more. Give more. Give more love. Give more understanding. Be gentle with yourself and everybody else. Let's share our gift with the world. Let us not keep this teaching, science of mind, religious science, centers for spiritual living, whatever you want to call it, to ourselves. Let's share it. It's time that we all expanded. Let us find ways to change our reality in such a way that everyone is lifted up into this next plane of consciousness. This is our gift. And sharing our gift truly is a grand rising. And that is why we are here. To expand at the top. So it is. Amen. Thank you. Well, it's time to follow our teaching now. I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or take a soft focus on the beautiful flowers, and let's take a moment and go within. So I invite you to bring to the forefront of your consciousness what you believe the power is that created you. And you can call it whatever you want. Jesus, the Christ, Christ consciousness, Buddha, Yoda, whatever. But I think we can all agree that there is a power. Just like the sun is always radiating energy. And we are part of the energy of life expressing itself. I don't know what you're working on, but I know that the power that created you knows exactly what's going on in your life. And I invite healing and revealing of truth into that situation. It allows us to move through it in a gentle and identifiable way with peace and harmony and love, knowing that all the cells in your body are moving themselves into the right place for your ultimate healing. Anything in the body of your affairs of your life that need to have that healing are now moved into that healing energy. And that whatever is needed for you to express fully and be open at the top and live from that place of love is happening right here and right now. Thank you, divine, loving essence of all that is, for gifting us with this knowledge and this consciousness, and allowing us to tap into that power that creates worlds and allows us to individually and collectively create this world anew. And for this we are all blessed as we affirm it together by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay. Okay. It's time for our offertory ideas about sharing. So if you'd like to take your gift and put it on your heart, or just put your hand on your heart, we'll recite this together. With all my heart, I give freely and joyously, knowing the limitless invincible, opulent wealth and supply in my being and the world. Dave? Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Let's say a prayer for our offertory this morning. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They're evidence of our faith, our belief, and our ability to manifest in this world of form. They do good work in this world, blessing the giver and the receiver, and allowing this, the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, to be open and available to those who are choosing to remember who they are, and for those who may not even know it yet. And for that, this entire community and world is blessed with knowledge. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. And let's stand up and sing our peace song. reminder to please sign Dave's card over there. He would love to have a little personal note from you to him on his final day here. So let's do our benediction, shall we? Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now. It's happening in my mind. It's happening in my body. It's happening in the body of my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I know it. Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Happy New Year, everybody.